unsurpassed, telecast. It's the 10 items or less podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 10 items or less. I'm your host, Justin Smith. As many of you know here, we do a podcast about questions, but this being Thanksgiving, I thought, why don't we do something different and fun for everybody that watches our show? So this week, what we've done is typically we have a guest here and we ask them 10 questions, but not all 10 questions make it into the episode. So what we've done is we've taken some of our favorite questions from some of our favorite guests, and we've cut them up and we've put them into one nice big Thanksgiving episode. And so that's what you're going to get for Thanksgiving. It is our gift to you. You're our family. We love you so much. Please do not forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, so I have a dating question for you. Go for it. And this is a hypothetical.
I've never answered a dating question.
I know. This is another reason I brought this to your attention. I thought you might be good at it. Mm-hmm. So you're on a date with somebody, and it's new.
Is she Jewish?
It's a newer situation. Well, I don't know. You'll have to judge by the end of the question. Uh-oh. That should be the first answer is she Jewish?
That'd be my mom's first question.
You go on a date with a person, and they offer to cook.
Okay.
And you get over there, and she makes soup. Mm-hmm. But she serves it to you on a plate.
Why would she ever do that?
How long are you in that situation before you say something?
0 minutes, 0 seconds.
You're in it immediately.
The minute she pulls out a plate to put the soup on, I go, what the is going on?
So you're already getting into it.
It's not a fight. I would say, where are the bowls? You're going to put soup on a plate? That's what I would say. You're going to put soup on a plate.
Then she just goes, this is what I put
This is what you put soup on?
Yeah.
I would go, we have to sit and talk. I've never heard of such a thing. I also I would assume there's some depth to the plate.
Of course.
For her to think that soup could go on the plate, but it would be a discussion right away. There is no politeness when it comes to that. It's too weird not to acknowledge. I wouldn't be like, oh, thank you for my soup plate.
Right.
No. What am I, Oliver Twist? What's going on?
Is this person Jewish?
No. Jewish chick ain't invite me over for soup. It's not happening. She's not making a stew like we're in.
If you could be a college or pro mascot, what would you be?
Like which one?
Yeah.
I think you're going to be disgusted by the fact that I don't know much about sports.
Yeah, but there's got to be a mascot. Like, you don't need to know sports to see the Philly fanatic and be like, I want some of that.
The duck from Oregon, maybe?
Yeah. He's mischievous.
Yeah, he's quirky.
Arrogant.
Yeah.
I mean, just
fits the bill.
Just
get it? Duck bill? That
all
joke
right.
flew
Okay, well,
right
just,
up. Next.
The comedy may not be your thing, dude.
Well, my timing is impeccable. I've never tried the comedy thing.
Yeah, it's the Oregon Duck's actually a fantastic one.
Yeah, plus it's cool up there.
Because he's very he's like a troublemaker.
Didn't they try out like a spandex outfit on him a few years ago and it didn't work? There's like some blowback.
I don't know. I don't think I think the football team is the one trying out the weird uniforms. And so
who would you be?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard not to say Pistol Pete just because, I mean, I grew up seeing Pistol Pete at Oklahoma State football games because it's fun because he's a huge head on a normal body, and that's super fun. But honestly, this is going to sound so weird. The one that I just love the most, there's a few different ones, but the tree from Stanford.
There's a tree?
There's a tree, and he's no arms. He's like a pine tree.
What are the Stanford trees? What are they?
Well, they're the Cardinals.
So he's a tree?
Yeah, but he's like so on their emblem, it's the S, it's the crimson S, and then there's a pine tree. And So he's just they're all of their stuff is like weird. Like their marching band is. You should look this up.
That's a school for smart people, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
I don't know anything about it.
the band, like the marching band, is they go to the football games, but they're not like officially run by the school. So whenever they do anything for like football, like every visiting stadium they go to, they just talk trash about the culture of where they are, and they get booed and they get banned. Like they're not allowed to go back to BYU, Notre Dame. Like, I mean, like I think for Notre Dame, they all dressed up in like Catholic, like priests and nun outfit.
This is how the elite actually feel about all of us, though.
I mean, well, I didn't want to make that turn.
Just saying.
But it's like it's what college should be. Like you see like a college marching band, and they're all like, they're doing these things, like they're not really having any fun. Like the dudes at Stanford, as weird as it is, they're having fun. You know, you go to like an HBCU, and that band's having fun. And you're like, we should have more fun.
Yeah, liven it up. But that was the fun part about high school, was the rivalry between, Oakland and Riverdale when I was in high school. That was it in Murfreesboro, and that was like, nobody really hated each other, but on those Friday night games, you're like, boo, you suck. It's like that makes the environment more fun because you're rooting for your team.
Also,
I like a good rivalry.
I'll say this. There's another mascot. I just realized this. I know these are all hometown mascots, but in my hometown,
the Durant Donuts.
I mean, dude, I would be on board with that. That's for sure.
Walking around like a glazed Krispy Kreme.
My high school mascot is a Miller Man.
Who?
A Miller Man. So like they're in my hometown. The town was founded around a flour mill.
Okay.
And so the flour mill paid for everything at the school. So the mascot,
like all-purpose flour.
Yeah.
So the dude walked around like a bag of white lily?
No. So he had a sack with a bunch of X's on it, which, by the way, reads different if you don't know what flour sacks look like. So he's got a big sack, and he's just got on an apron and a weird hat that's been up from White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, Willie
like Sidney
Harrelson's?
Dean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so he's got a big head with a weird chin.
He wasn't covered in flour?
No, because that would have made the sack even weirder.
If he ran around and just left flour dust everywhere that he went.
But you know what's crazy is we should have done that. That's awesome. You're telling me, like, that's so funny now that my mascot was a miller of flour, and we never thought of that. Like LeBron James did the powder thing, and it's like we could have been doing that for decades.
Yep.
And I'm
little flour footprints everywhere.
I'm mad at myself. Next question. One of these has to go at a Mexican food restaurant. One of these you got to eliminate. Salsa, fresh tortillas, queso, fajitas. One of those has to be gone forever.
Man, I was hoping you were going to be like avocado or something. Oh, man. This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but like there's not like, there's not $1 million.
Yeah.
This,
I promise you there's not.
There's not. Man, okay. You said fresh tortillas.
Fresh tortillas.
Salsa.
I'm talking Leidig. I'm talking an abuela in a small room.
Gosh.
I mean, I'm talking they're burning your fingers coming out. And I'm talking salsa. It's a deep family recipe.
Right.
They have it protected. You ask, they won't tell you. In fact, you ask for extra to go, they won't give it to you because they're afraid you're going to tear it apart. And I'm talking fajitas that when you order them, they come out. Everybody knows. Fajitas so pungent and so good that people see it and they go, I don't want enchiladas, I want fajitas.
There's no way.
Where's my waiter? give me that order back. I'm talking queso, the good kind.
There's no way. I want you to understand how much I love queso.
Oh, dude, I love
I want
queso.
you to understand how much I love queso. But with those other 3 things that are there, how bad? Like I'm like, this has to go. Like it has to be queso, and for this,
You're gonna go queso.
And I want you to understand how much I love queso.
Man, I love queso too.
So much. Like I mean, man, it's got to be queso.
I just
Like
want you to-
literally, it can't be anything.
I just want you to know you're not gonna have any white fans for the rest of your life. I mean, you threw out queso. You threw out queso in Texas. That's like a staple.
Like I mean, salsa is like that's like the main. You know what I mean? That's the
Of
center
course.
thing. Tortilla. That's a main thing. Fajitas is what I order.
Of course,
90% of the time.
my man.
Queso. You know what
Give
I
it to
mean?
me.
Like
yeah.
queso in that situation is just the one thing where I'm like, I love queso. Just
Yeah.
really clear. It's the one thing where I'm like, I'm not gonna get that every single time. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I might, like it'd be great if it came with the other things that I've ordered. But I love queso. Man, it's got to be queso on that.
Oh, man, I'll tell you something right now. You're breaking hearts.
I
I can feel the comment section being angry right now.
was hoping that I was like, he's gonna give me an easy one.
No,
there, right?
absolutely not. You kidding me?
Third question. Here you go.
Yeah.
Life on the line. What? I'm like, look, queso. That's great. Yeah,
You might get stopped by a cop and be like, "So queso, huh?" You're like, "Oh God, here we go."
Oh, you're the queso
Here we go.
guy. You're that dude, huh? No, man. Like, I love queso. I promise.
Like I would have to get rid of salsa just because salsa is the only thing on this list that I've had where there's bad versions of it. Salsa is good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good quality homemade salsa is great, but I've never had a bad fresh made tortilla. I've never had bad hot queso. I've never had bad fajitas ever. I've never had any of that. I've had bad salsa. And so if I have to eliminate one forever, I'm not gonna take away all the things and then
Right.
why would you put something? He's like, oh, sometimes he lets me down.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's
so-
fair. That's fair. I mean, like, I've had bad queso.
Yeah.
But like, that is a good point about the salsa. I didn't think about that. I've definitely had like some super cheap salsa where I was like, this isn't even worth.
Also, I'm realizing that the restaurants that I guess are here, because you live in Dallas your whole life.
Right.
I just realized that where I grew up, they brought queso with the salsa. So it's just standard. Everywhere you go, you get queso, you get salsa, you get chips. They'll bring you tortillas if you want. So like all that stuff is just brought before you order.
Right.
So that also I feel like explains a lot about me as a person.
Immediately. I don't know. Like, they bring out salsa here, right?
Yeah.
Like, they bring out salsa automatic. Be like, oh, I didn't order this. And they go, no, you're taking it. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, all right. But man, queso, like, you always had to order. But
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, still love it. Especially when they got peppers in it. Like,
Oh, dude.
you know what I mean? Like,
I do know what you mean.
yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm all about it, dude. Yeah. But I mean, your life is your life.
I'm going to get canceled for this.
You absolutely are. And listen, man, I'm going to be like, I'm going to give you one. Oh, come on, man. Kenny's cool. But if they keep going after it, I'm like, Kenny, I love you, man. Sorry, bro.
I tried.
Those queso women buy tickets, bro. They buy tickets and they buy merch and they subscribe.
Literally.
And what am I going to do, man? What am I going to do?
I got to make a life here, man.
I do, man.
You threw it away for queso.
Next question. This is what I was leaning into.
Okay, huge.
What is the most overrated Halloween movie of all time?
Ooh, most overrated.
Overrated.
Here's I love all of them though.
I do love all
So
of them.
even the ones that I'm like they're overrated, same with Christmas movies. When they're on, I just appreciate the vibe.
Right. But as a Halloween movie, what is the most overrated?
Let me talk to her for a second, because there's classics that you're like, these aren't as good when you revisit that. Like,
Right.
Halloween 1 and 2 are golden to me.
Classic.
Halloween 1 and 2 are golden.
Perfect.
3 they did the anthology thing.
Well, 2 wasn't supposed to happen. 1
Yes.
was so good.
1 was supposed to be a standalone,
Yeah.
and then they made 2.
Which, by the way, is such a good idea where it's like, each year. I mean, like, essentially he wanted to do a longer version of what Trick or Treat is.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like these small vignettes, which, by the way, those types of movies, I don't know if you've ever seen Creepshow. Creepshow is low-key one of my absolute favorites, but it's all these little short stories that are like, especially when it knows the style that it wants to be, it's awesome.
Yeah. So here's what, because 3, you could argue, is an overrated Halloween movie, but no one really likes it anyway.
But it's not supposed to be, people come out with the energy of like, it's supposed to be another Michael Myers.
Yes.
But it's not, and it's weird. But I also think that for what it is, it's kind of like its own... It's
its own thing. It's not a Michael Myers movie. It's not even... You can barely consider it part of the series. 4, I actually would argue, is one of the best ones they've ever made. Because that's the one where the little girl turns into Michael Myers. Like, she comes down the stairs like the bloody knife.
I'm trying to think.
They all do kind of blend together.
Yeah. I'm trying to... I don't know... 4 to 7 for me is kind of like it's a weird dark spot for me.
Yeah,
where it's like I've seen them, but I don't know which one is which.
Okay.
I know. Kind of like I picked up horror movies kind of around when H2O came out.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of very familiar with stuff kind of after that.
Okay,
and then like the Rob Zombie ones.
Yeah, and then obviously all the Scream movies.
Right.
Yeah. Because I was just gonna compare the two of like I feel like the Halloween movies stand the test of time. The Scream movies, I would actually argue the new ones are better. Like the Jenna Ortega remakes. Original Scream 1 is great. Scream 1 for the whodunit and the twist at the end of it, they both did it, is like incredible.
Right.
But then the sequels, the twist, you do start to be like, all right, come on. This is a lot.
Right.
I would actually argue Saw does a better version of that.
Interesting.
Because the Saw movies all have twists, but they escalate in how insane they are.
They also move the story forward.
Yes, so you never really get tired of it.
I mean, you can get pretty.
You get tired.
You can get pretty tired.
By Saw 8, you're like, this is ridiculous.
Like, how many different ways can we show broken elbows? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, all right, you know, I get it. You gotta. Oh wow, look at the. It's something like you know, you get to a certain point in Saw where you're like, how high is this electric bill? You know what I mean? Like, you start thinking about stuff like that. You're like, what kind of town do you live in where there's just 43 empty factories just sitting around? Well, you know what I mean?
The first one, when he stands up, he's just been in the room the whole time, is incredible. Right. Which one is it where they're like, he's in an electric chair and he's like waiting to touch the water, and you think it's like a hostage, and then he stands up at the end and it actually is him.
That is 4 or 5. I cannot remember. Dude, they always have good twists.
They're always good.
Once Scott Patterson gets involved, the King of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
When Luke Danes gets involved with a project,
also
it's going to carry it.
Yo, shout out to Gilmore Girls.
Oh.
For the vibes.
Oh,
I know it's technically not a horror or Halloween movie, but come on, man.
Yeah.
For fall vibes?
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to go back to the question. Most overrated. Do you have an answer for this?
I have an opinion that directs in that thing.
Okay.
I would say, and this is going to be controversial, I'm wondering if how Mac feels about this.
Mac's going to disagree.
I do not believe that the Harry Potter series is a Halloween movie.
Actually, no. This I will be mad about.
Is a Halloween.
This I am mad.
Listen,
I'm not
saying it's bad. I'm saying that I do not. I think that the Harry Potter series is more Christmassy, or even Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But the idea that it's witches and wizards and it belongs in October, the only thing that I would ever hear of it is maybe Chamber of Secrets.
Fair.
Because of the
so you're not sorry, but I overreacted. You're not criticizing the movies. You're just saying they're not Halloween movies.
But I'm saying they're not Halloween movies, and by them constantly being thrown in around Halloween time, I think that they are the most overrated Halloween movie, because I do not believe that Harry Potter is a Halloween series.
I actually, you might have made me go full 180. I kind of agree. The ideal...
Turning them around is what I do.
No, because the ideal Harry Potter rewatch is like November 1st you start.
Yes.
And then ideally you finish them up by like mid-December.
I mean, a Thanksgiving break, Christmas break.
Yes.
1 through
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rewatch. So,
Absolutely.
I agree with that. I'll give you,
You put the headphones on like you had something to say.
I'm with it.
Okay.
The thing is, I think Harry Potter, they are a great series, but you hit it with November. They're fall movies.
Yes.
Because all the kids go back to school in the fall. They do the decorations in the school like that. It's not Halloween, but it gets conflated because it's the same time of year.
Yep.
And there's a couple pumpkins. But yeah, like the wizard, the witch stuff, it gets conflated with. It doesn't need to be Halloween.
Harry Potter is a Halloween movie the same way that Rudy is a Halloween movie. Just because a movie takes place in the fall does not make it a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so
It's Die Hard.
I'm gonna stand on it.
It's Die Hard
give you
being
that.
a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I thought you were coming at Harry Potter, and I did get mad for a second.
No.
I really overreacted.
I am
to
pro
that.
Harry Potter.
Okay, good.
I am pro Harry Potter.
Otherwise, I was gonna have a bone to pick. Okay, sorry,
Bro,
Had to
also
bring it back.
I
Come
have
on.
floating candles in my living room. So
Really?
I'm on board.
Oh, that's sweet.
But yeah.
It's a good take. Okay.
All right, next question. What is the wildest thing you've ever framed?
Like in a photo?
Anything. In a photo, something you hang on your wall, put on a desk.
I'm trying to think of like what's on my walls right now. Right now, I have plans for something.
Okay.
It's not happened yet because I just haven't done it yet. But what I have right now is from, we don't have them in Nashville, but they're here in Chicago. There's actually one around the corner now, Foxtrot.
Okay.
About a year ago, they because you're in Dallas, not to point out you, but they were like, they're like a bodega, like high-end bodega type of situation. But they started here in Chicago, and they closed down like that about a year ago, where they were like pretty much I forget the whole story, but like their CEO or something like just like emailed everyone's like, hey, we're closing at noon. Everyone get out.
Was he at a Coldplay concert? I mean, that might be an explanation.
Right? And so where I was working at the time, there was a Foxtrot like right next door, and I was really close with the team there. And so I went to go check on them because it was also where I had to use the bathroom.
Right.
And so I ran over there, and they let me in. They weren't supposed to, but the store is also still closed, so I feel like I can talk about this store. But I ran in there, and I was like, what's going on? And they're like, I guess we don't have jobs. We don't really know, because they also didn't have a manager there. So they were waiting for another manager from another store to come and tell them to leave, but they had to kick everyone out of the store. And I was like,
oh, so this happened in the middle of the day?
In the middle of the day. Like, it was like people were in the stores, like doing coffee, like working on their computers, doing their lunch, things like that. And
that's like an investigation type. That's like a federal.
I forget like what the turnaround that came from it. They're back, but I think they got bought out by someone, and so select locations are back. There's one legit right here on the corner of like North and whatever this cross section is, but not all of them are back. I don't know if they're back down in Texas opening back up, but they are here, select ones. But they had they just were like, well, everything in here is gonna go to waste, so like, do you want anything? And I was like, yeah. And so they're like, here, have a bag of Chicago-style potato chips.
Oh, wow.
And so I took a bag of Chicago-style potato chips, and I ate them. They were very good. They're very yummy potato chips. And I framed the bag because I thought it was funny.
I love that.
So that's one thing. And then what I really want to do, though, is I want to get one of those in case of emergency break glass boxes.
Yeah.
And put a pack of Marlboro Reds inside of it.
There you go.
And hang that up. That's like top notch, like what I plan on doing. I just have to find the right case of emergency break glass box.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, you could just make your own.
Not fancy like that.
I mean, just a little hand painted situation. Be fun, right?
Maybe DIY craft night.
Yeah. So you're a red person, huh?
Yes. I don't partake. I mostly smoke whenever I'm like in high stress situations.
Right.
Last time I bought a pack was last November. And that was about it. But yeah, I still have that one, and I have like 3 cigarettes. They're my emergency ciggies.
It is very funny. My girl's always like, she goes, I just want you to know, if we ever find out there's an asteroid, she goes, we're a smoking household again. I go, because I smoke cigars, so I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you want to smoke it out, we'll smoke it out.
Yeah.
We'll sit in the bathtub and just smoke until we turn into lava.
Yeah,
You know what I
right?
mean? Like,
Exactly.
I'm about it.
Yeah.
And so, I like the potato chip. Like, that's like a fun. It's like a fun moment in time, because I think there's times in your life you don't realize that you're in the middle of something that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is like, it's wild. Like, I remember when COVID jumped off and we took an Uber from somewhere, and the Uber that picked us up was a van, and all the windows were down, and we get there and we go to the van open. They did like the button open, so the doors just open, and we look in there, and a guy's wearing a full on chemical
Like hazmat
suit.
suit?
Yeah. He's like Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he goes, Justin, and I go, listen, man, if we don't need to, he goes, no, it's okay. And then we sit on the seats. The seats are wet. I don't know why they're wet, but I'm not gonna ask. I'm like, listen, he stopped.
Yeah.
And so the seats are wet. We don't know why. And then as soon as we get out, he has spray, so he's spraying the seats. So it's like we're it's like disinfectant, and you're like, oh, this feels
Feels like Monsters Inc. Like when they're like
absolutely,
with the little
2319.
Yeah, 2319. Feels very much that. I remember that was like what my core memory of 2020. That's what it felt like for me 24/7. I feel like during that.
But that was but I think about it now and you go, oh, like that's like a like nothing. We're never gonna have another experience like that, which is crazy.
I'll never find another.
I would prefer the chips
over the
mine.
hazmat suit, wet seat.
But I have that. I have a thing. My girl and I, we were at a sounds so trashy. We were at an Olive Garden. Because I love Olive Garden too.
I'm Italian and I love it. Sorry to my Italian family. I love Olive Garden.
I love it. And so my girl and I were discussing the future, and not just like with us, like our life, where we wanted our life to go. And
Olive Garden.
I told at the Olive Garden, as you do. I mean, where else do you do that?
When we're here, we're family.
I feel like when you're in an Olive Garden, you're like, you got to discuss some future plans, because you're like,
it's unlimited. We got so much time.
Well, also the Olive Garden is. I love the Olive Garden, but you're also like, if you're like, you don't sit at the Olive Garden and go, think this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I want. Everything's perfect. Nothing needs to change. You're like, listen, this is great, but something's got to change. There got to be some different things we got to do. And so we were talking about something, and there was a life goal that we kind of spoke into existence, and we're going, here's the deal. We're not going to tell anybody about this. When we made a promise, it's so weird, over a bent knife. There was a bent knife in our silverware thing, and so we kept the bent knife and we put it in a frame.
That's so
and so
cute.
the only people that know the meaning of the bent knife in our house is my girl and I.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
No.
I tried.
No.
I tried, but no, that's real sweet.
But I mean, it's like a wild kind of thing, but it's like, and people ask.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a bent knife hanging on a wall.
Yeah.
People are gonna ask.
That's
Especially with the many wild things we have in our apartment.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like a weird.
This is the one.
My mom came to my apartment. She goes, "This is a lot."
Yeah.
Like she's like, she goes, I don't understand. And I go, "Mom, you got 90 geese in your kitchen.
Right.
You know, like it's."
I have a bachelor's of science in theater as
Yeah.
well, which is also what is that? That's what I also have on my wall.
You're like, hey, well, at least you're using yours.
Now I am.
Mine, mine's holding up a coffee table. It only helps when people come to my door
Right.
and knock, and they go, "Have we told you about Jesus?" And you're like, oh, "Man, this is the wrong house for you to knock on."
Not for you.
We love you guys so much. Thank you for continuing to be a part of our show and a part of our family, and I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving.